Good evening everyone. Good evening and welcome to the session. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening Rana, good evening Naman, good evening Amit, good evening Mohit. So I hope all of you are doing well. And I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening. Okay, so welcome to the session, and we are going to talk about the current affairs of the day. The topics which we are going to discuss in today's session, if you look at it, the first topic is about creamy layer certificate. The first topic which we are going to talk about is with respect to this creamy layer certificate. And it was recently there is in the news, there was a demand that this creamy layer certificate or creamy layer can be revised. The creamy layer criteria can be revised. While we were having this UPSC form and all, the NCL certificate, it was like the talk of the hour. For many days you were asking from me that how the NCL certificate can be made, from where we can get this, how it is going to be uploaded and all. So in that respect itself, this topic is there. It's with respect to the creamy layer certificate or creamy layer. Then we have this second important topic, clean air in India. Okay. Recently there was this report. This was this article in the Hindu. In a comprehensive manner, it was discussing about the clean air condition in India, that what methods are being adopted in India, at the same time what things are being done across the world, are we on the right track or not. So we are not just going to cover this article, we are also going to see, like we are going to modify it as per our examination need. The third topic which we are going to discuss is with respect to lead poisoning. Recently there was this article with respect to Bangladesh, that in Bangladesh lead poisoning is leading to various diseases. So we will see that what are the different pollutants and what type of diseases are caused by them. Okay. And then we will talk about this one thing, future circular collider. There is one thing called as Large Hadron Collider. In the morning session today, we have discussed about this Large Hadron Collider. And there itself I told you that in today's newspaper, there is this one term, Future Circular Collider. So what is this all about? How it is going to be different? We are going to talk about that. Okay. But before we go into that, there is this one information for you. The NCERT foundation batches, they are starting from 1st of April. It is going to be in online mode, in Hindi medium and English medium. And this is starting from 1st April, that is last day itself. There was like starting of this batch. So NCERT foundation batches. Okay. Those who are starting new, those who are willing to go for exam in 2026 or 27 or even later, and if you are trying to like make your foundation strong, so this NCERT is the option. Those who are starting the preparation, those who are starting there, those who have just begun this preparation, if you are a beginner, then this is the batch for you. Okay. If you are the beginner, then this is the batch for you. Or suppose that if you have started your preparation, but you are not getting that much of confidence, if you are thinking that your NCERT has not been done, then also you can join this part. So this NCERT foundation batch in Hindi and English medium is starting from this 1st of April. Okay. Now, we have some questions also. Last day we have discussed about some of the topics, and now we have got some questions on the basis of it. So the first one is, Indian Meteorological Department is the first statutory department established after independence of India. It has launched Panchayat Mausam Seva portal to provide monthly weather forecast. It plays a critical role in planning of agriculture as well as industrial cycle. App per batch nahi mil raha hai. Okay, good. Just do one thing. You can go on website also, or okay, I will send the QR code tomorrow. Okay, in tomorrow's session, I will show you the QR code for this. Otherwise, you can visit the website and there you will find it. Okay. But tomorrow I will add the QR code for this. I will ask the team to give it. Okay. Or in the comment box later on after the classes, I will ask the team to put the link of this. Okay. So now we have this one thing. Consider the following statement. Indian Meteorological Department is the first statutory department established after independence of India. It has launched Panchayat Mausam Seva portal to provide monthly weather forecast, and how many of the statements, it plays a critical role in planning of agriculture as well as industrial cycle. So how many of them are correct? Okay, B option, A option, C option. Anything else? Good evening. Okay, I think a few answers as option A, then B, and then C. Okay, of course you know that this one is incorrect. Indian Meteorological Department, it was established before the independence itself, so that is incorrect. It has launched Panchayat Mausam Seva portal to provide monthly weather forecast. Okay, now while this part is correct that it has launched Panchayat Mausam Seva portal to provide weather forecast, but it is not on monthly level. Now it is providing 10 days forecast. It is providing 10 days forecast. It is not providing the monthly forecast. It is providing the 10 days forecast. Like you can see, 10 days weather forecast of Chaka block of Prayagraj district. So this is the weather forecast. Rainfall 0 mm, maximum temperature 37.7. Relative humidity likely to be 22%, minimum relative humidity 6%. So it is directly from the website as of today. As of today, this is about the block of Prayagraj. Okay. So this is one thing. What we see that it provides a 10 days, it provides a weather forecast of 10 days, not monthly. Okay. It plays a critical role in planning of agriculture as well as industrial cycle. That will be correct, because agriculture and industry are dependent on this part. They are dependent on this monsoon and everything. So IMD plays a very important role in urban planning, in the industrial cycle, in agriculture cycle and everything. Okay. So third option is correct. First and second is incorrect. Answer is A option. Coming to the second topic. How many of the following can be a possible consequence of El Nino in India? How many of them can be a possible consequence of El Nino in India? The first one is reduced groundwater level. Second is extreme winter. Third is delay or break in monsoon. And fourth is no monsoon rainfall. So how many of them can be possible consequence of this El Nino in India? Bilingual batch of what? NCERT. Question number 2. How many of the following can be a possible consequence of El Nino in India? See, these type of questions are asked in the examination. They give you a situation. Okay, Ayush, I will suggest that to the team. Okay. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is 3rd April. I have no such specific idea. Okay. So yes, of course, if you look at this, reduced groundwater level, yes, El Nino can lead to deficiency of rainfall. It can lead to deficiency of rainfall. So in that case, there will be reduced groundwater level. So what we see that groundwater will going reduce. The first one is correct. Extreme winter, that is a phase associated with La Nina. When we have La Nina situation, then we have extreme winters in India. Then we have this extreme winters in India. So this second one is incorrect. Delay or break in monsoon, if you read simple NCERT also, you will get this point that El Nino can delay the monsoon or it can cause break in the monsoon. So the third option is correct. No monsoon rainfall, that will be an absolute, quite extreme statement. There can be deficiency, but there is saying no rainfall, that is totally incorrect. So this fourth option is incorrect. Second and fourth, that are incorrect. Answer is option number B, only 2. Yeah, that I know, Anjali, that I know. Okay. Okay, I forgot about that, AFSFA. Okay, I will tell you at the end of the session today itself. Just remind me at the end, before I end the topic, just remind me about AFSFA. I will tell you about this. Okay. About economy, I was not able to add it today because there were other classes, but tomorrow I will definitely add. Okay. Yes, so 1 and 3 is correct here. B option will be here. Now this one, consider the following: Karnataka, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. What is the correct sequence of the above states in ascending order of area of ecological sensitive areas of Western Ghats? Last day we have seen this portion, that what is the correct sequence of the above states in ascending order of area of ecological sensitive areas of Western Ghats. So here you have to tell one which state is having the highest area under ecological sensitive zone and which one is having the lowest one. You have to arrange it as per that. You have to arrange it accordingly. This is going to be a little bit challenging question. C option and B option. Okay. Yes, if we look at this, just see it. In all these states, if we look at Gujarat, okay, Gujarat is going to have the lowest area. Then after we will have Tamil Nadu. Then after we will have Maharashtra. And then after we will have Karnataka. Okay. So Karnataka, it is going to be at this position. So 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 3, 1. C option is correct here. Okay. So C option will be the correct one here. Gujarat is having the lowest one. Karnataka is having the highest one. Yes, of course, you may have got confused here that Gujarat or Tamil Nadu. So remember, Gujarat is having the lowest in terms of these 4. Then after you have Tamil Nadu also, Kerala also and other states. Okay. So these are the 3 questions. Like you can see, Gujarat is having 449, Goa is having 1461, Tamil Nadu is having 6914, then Kerala, then Maharashtra, then Karnataka. So last day also we have read the same thing. Okay. Now we are going to start with today's topic, and let us first try to understand that what is the context here, why we are discussing this topic. So see, the parliamentary committee which was looking into the welfare of other backward classes, it has suggested that there is a need of increasing the creamy layer limit from the current limit of rupees 8 lakh. So first of all, let us try to understand what is this concept of creamy layer, why we are having this concept and what are the different things under this creamy layer. Okay. See, suppose that when we are talking about the creamy layer, why do we have this concept of creamy layer? We see that from the 1990s, from the beginning of 1990s, there was this Mandal Commission. Government came with 27% reservation. Government came with 27% reservation for other backward classes. Then there was a case also in Supreme Court, Indra Sawhney versus Union of India case. Okay. So Indra Sawhney case was also there, and then Supreme Court upheld this provision of reservation for the other backward classes. Okay. But from here itself, first what we see that government, it provided 27% reservation. It provided 27% reservation for other backward classes. But then in Indra Sawhney case, Supreme Court said that we have to evolve a criteria of this creamy layer. We have to evolve a criteria for this creamy layer. Okay. Here, this basis of reservation was social and economic backwardness. Social and economic backwardness. That was the criteria, social and economic backwardness. So from this judgment of Supreme Court, there was evolution of this concept of creamy layer. Why this is important, you can understand from this picture itself. Like suppose there are two people, those who are belonging to other backward classes. Now suppose some of them or one of them is quite rich. One of them is quite rich. They are enjoying all the privileges. They are like, suppose both of them are preparing for UPSC examination. It's not my image. It's not my image. Okay. Both of them are preparing for UPSC examination. Now in that situation, one of them is getting all the facilities. They are getting all the education and everything. They are getting the best quality of education. They have all the privilege. And then also they are getting the benefit of reservation. On the other hand, someone from the same community is coming from a poor background. They are coming from a poor background, not have the access to the same quality of education, same privileges. Now if both of them are getting the benefit of reservation, so that is going to be one of the challenge. That is going to be a challenge. So in this case, we get the concept of creamy layer, that within the community there should be a exclusion criteria for the privileged one. So that was why the Supreme Court asked for this creamy layer concept. Okay. And under this creamy layer concept, what we see that as per different timeline, like in 1993 it was 1 lakh per annum. There are different other criteria, but in 1993 it was 1 lakh per annum, and in 2017 it was decided at 8 lakh per annum. That if someone is having an income of 8 lakh per annum, so then they will not get the benefit of OBC reservation. If someone is having more than 8 lakh per annum income, they will not get the benefit of this OBC reservation. Okay. Now, there is also a provision that this has to be revised after every 3 years. After every 3 years. This has to be revised after every 3 years, but we see it has been not that much continuous. From 1993, after 10 years, 11 years, it was 2.5. After 4 years, it was made 4.5. After another 5 years, it was made 6 lakh. After 4 years, it was made 8 lakh. From 2017 to 2025, we have not got any such updation. Okay. So that's why what we see that there is a demand that this has to be increased. This creamy layer has to be increased, because right now if someone is getting an income of, let us say, 10 lakh rupees per annum also, if some family is getting an income of 10 lakh rupees per annum also, that doesn't mean that they are getting all sort of very good facilities, very good education. In various cities, 10 lakh rupees per annum is not even sufficient to meet the needs of the family. The prices of houses have like shot to the sky. The prices of goods and all other things, the price of education, they are all touching the sky. There is very huge inflation also in various other things as well. Okay. So in that context, there is a demand for increasing this limit of creamy layer. Okay. There are other people who are also excluded, like someone who is like Group A officer, or even employees in public sector undertakings, doctors, engineers, lawyers. They do not get the benefit of OBC creamy layer. Okay. While if we look at this, like suppose those who are earning more than 8 lakh, they will also not get. Now someone is earning 8.5 lakh, they will also not get the benefit. So that's why now there is a demand of revising this. It has been more than 8 years. So that is our first topic. See, this is not a, what you say, Ghibli image. This is a totally AI generated image on the basis of prompt. I don't give any picture to ChatGPT or any other AI system. I don't even upload it on any social media profile. Okay. Normally there is a few photos, but after that there is no personal photos. I don't believe on any social media websites, not even WhatsApp. Okay. So this is a completely AI generated image, not Ghibli image or anything. Okay. Of course, this Ghibli image, it has been said that using that AI has collected a huge amount of personal data. But then how much Indian people care about personal data? They are uploading each and everything on Facebook and Instagram. If they are eating samosas also, they are saying eating samosas, best samosas ever, best samosa plus best chutney ever. Okay. So Indian people upload everything. If they are also having khichdi in their home, they upload that also. After a long time having khichdi with family members or friends. So for Indian member, okay, for Indian people, the concept of right to privacy, it is a very different concept altogether. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, now coming to the second topic, yeah, people react to that also, correct. So coming to the second topic, why India needs to clean its air. Okay, that is the second topic which we are going to see now. Okay, see, when we are talking about India, like in last year, in 2024, what we see that in Delhi NCR, around 155 days were there. Around 155 days out of 365, they were under like poor, very poor or severe category. So out of 365 days, for around 155 days, it was like poor, very poor or severe air quality with air quality index of 200 or more than that. Okay, and if like there were less than 50 days in the entire year when there was good quality of air in Delhi NCR region. Out of 365 days, the Delhites have got only 50 days of clean air. Yes, Ashutosh, I will come to that at the end of the session. About that APSPA and economy also, I will come to that at the end of the session. Okay. So they have got, like the Delhi people, they have got 50 days of good quality air. They have got 50 days of good quality in air in 2024. Okay. That is the only amount of good air which Delhi people are getting in 1 year. Okay. Now this is one part. In overall in India, if we talk about this, 13 out of 20 most polluted cities of world, most polluted cities of world in India. India is the 5th most polluted country in the world. Okay, India is 5th most polluted country in the world. 5th most polluted country in world. Then what we see that Delhi, it has been called as pollution capital of the world. This Delhi has been called as pollution capital of world. So in all these sequences you can see, when we are talking about good quality air, that is also just 50 days. Delhi is the pollution capital of the world, means it is the most polluted capital city in the world. Then at the same time, the 13 out of 20 most polluted cities in the world are there in India. Okay. So that is the context of air pollution in India. Okay. Now at the same time, if we talk about this, in India, like 1.5 million, this is the annual death. This is the annual death due to air pollution. This is the annual death due to air pollution. Okay. We have got this like 1.5 million death in India every year. That was just from 2009 to 2019. This is a report of Lancet magazine. Okay. This is 2009 to 2019. Lancet magazine report. Okay. So that much casualty is happening in India just because of air pollution. Just because of air pollution. Now in the recent times, of course, government has taken a number of steps for resolving this crisis. Okay. There have been a number of steps for resolving this crisis also. Like if we talk about this, if we talk about this part, we have got various initiatives. Like there is this National Clean Air Program. There is this National Clean Air Program. The National Clean Air Program. If we look at this, it has identified various cities, around 150 cities of the country which are very much polluted. And then they have been given specific targets to reduce the PM levels, to reduce the particulate matter levels within the city. So what we see here, that 95 cities have improved their pollution level. Okay. We have seen that 95 cities improved pollution level. They have improved this pollution level. Okay. There have been installation of air quality monitoring stations at multiple locations across most of the cities. Okay. We have seen that there is transition to BS6 vehicle. Transition from BS4, Bharat Stage 4 to BS6, Bharat Stage 6 vehicle to reduce pollution. To reduce pollution. Okay. So you may have seen that we have skipped one stage directly. Rather than just going from BS4 to BS5, we have shifted from BS4 to BS6 entirely. Okay. So this is one part. Here we are looking towards the transition sector. Then we have also gone for faster adoption of electric vehicle. We are also promoting the electric vehicles like buses or e-rickshaw, okay, electric bike, electric car. They are also being adopted at a faster rate, as like we have seen in the recent times there has been huge growth there. Okay. There is also, now we have seen that 45% of installed capacity from renewables or from non-fossils. So we are having huge amount of energy from non-fossil sources of energy also. There have been various regulations to bring down the stubble burning in various parts of the country. So stubble burning is being reduced. The Central Pollution Control Board has also tightened the emission norms for industries. So we have taken multiple steps in order to bring down the pollution in India. Why do we need to do this? Why do we need to do this? You can understand from here. We have seen how much polluted our cities are, how much problem is there. Okay. Now there is one more part. If we look at the global examples, now what is China doing? If we talk about China, what they have done, they have shut down the coal plants. They have shut down the coal plants. If we talk about Brazil, they have managed waste emissions. Okay. They have managed the waste emissions. If we talk about California, it has invested in pollution tax. It has invested the pollution tax revenues into green public infrastructure. Then if we look at London, it has also reduced vehicle emission using congestion pricing and low emission zones. Okay. So various cities across the world, they give us this like hint how we can do it. In India, what are the main sources? One is of course thermal power plant. One of the main sources, thermal power plant. So here we can take the hint from China. Another major source is traffic. So we can take the source from California, we can take the source from London. Okay. So this is one part. If we talk about Brazil, it has taught us how to manage the urban waste material. Okay. Like in the case of London, what they are doing, like suppose if parkings, if vehicles are there, if there is too much of traffic, or creating this, like if vehicles are getting too much of traffic, then they have to pay certain fine for it, or they have to pay certain extra toll for it. Okay. If there are certain zones in which the vehicles which are running on diesel or others, they are not allowed. Okay. So if they are creating a congestion, they have to give some extra price for that. Okay. So if there is too much traffic in this area, see, when there is too much traffic, there will be photochemical smog and all. So in order to reduce that, there is congestion pricing and all. There is low emission zones where only those vehicles can go which can have lower emission. Okay. So these type of measures have been taken by London. Okay. Then if we talk about Brazil, they have started this waste emission. Okay. Like they have started managing their waste emission. Suppose municipal waste, solid waste, plastic and all. So they are managing that part. Okay. So this is one thing which is being done by other countries of the world. Okay. Current affairs को left करके only PT में focus को. हाँ, now we can stop reading the new current affairs. Like if you are going for prelims of this year, you can just focus on revision up to March. Okay. For 2025, revision up to March 2025 or max to max April 15 of this year is sufficient. Even if you have done till this March 31st 2025, your work is sufficient. Okay. From January 24 to March 25. If you have not been able to cover from January to March 24, then April 2024 to March 2025, that will be more than sufficient. Okay. So this is one thing. Like now the April related current affairs, they are for those students who are appearing for next year. Those who are going for this year, I will suggest you that use your time more efficiently, start practicing more question or use this time for revision. Okay. Now coming to the next part, next topic, that is lead poisoning. The next thing which we are going to discuss is lead poisoning. Okay. See, like why this topic? See this, in Bangladesh, this specific article is about Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, due to the lead poisoning, there have been various diseases. There have been various diseases prevailing in Bangladesh. So what are those diseases? Let us look at this. First thing is, due to the lead, there is hearing damage among the children. There is problem of hearing damage. There is also problem of stomach problems or nausea, vomiting. Okay. There is problem in kidney. There is problem in kidney. There is problem in reproduction or reproductive organs. So lead poisoning, you can see that it is impacting almost all the body parts. It is also impacting the, like especially the mental growth. It is also impacting the mental growth, like there is dizziness, there is low IQ level, there is problem of headache, learning disability, etc. So this mental growth is also impacted due to lead poisoning. Even there is nerve disorder. There is nerve disorder also, and at the same time muscle and joint pain. Muscle and joint pain. So these all things are there with respect to the lead poisoning. Okay. So we see that all these impacts are there. All these impacts can be there due to poisoning from lead. Okay. Now can you tell me what is the source of it? What is the source of it? There is simple thing. In upcoming classes also we will be discussing some portions related to, like suppose this topic is there, lead. So here we are going to discuss other things also which are impacting the health, the other materials which are cause of pollution. So that remains relevant for all exams, for 2025 also, 26 also, 27 also, 28 also. Mostly in our discussion on YouTube, we are taking those topics which remain relevant for a longer period of time. We are not generally discussing the daily 1-2 days news article. Okay, like suppose from the last 1 week there is regular discussion over the Waqf bill. Okay, once in the past we have discussed about the Waqf bill. Now once it gets passed, then after we will talk about it. We are not simply just covering all the topics which are there in the news or all the debate. We cover those topics which has a longer need or which remains relevant for a longer period of time. Like this topic, it is going to remain relevant in 25 also, 26 also, 27 also, 28 also, even later. The topics which we have read, like suppose air pollution, so that is going to be relevant for this year mains also, next year mains also, even next year mains. Okay. So that is one thing. We generally take those topics which are going to be relevant for a longer period of time, not just daily things. Okay. So yes, if we talk about the lead, let me show you this entire table. If we are talking about lead, it leads to problem like suppose lead poisoning, anemia, brain damage. It is coming from spent batteries, contaminated water and all. Okay. If we talk about mercury, it is responsible for Minamata disease. It is responsible for this Minamata disease, and it is coming from contaminated fish industrial emission. See, lead, one of the most important sources is battery. One of the most important source nowadays is battery. Paint is also one of the important source. Contaminated water is also one important source. The article which we have just seen, it was with reference to the battery or the rise of e-rickshaw in Bangladesh that has led to lead poisoning among many children across Bangladesh. Okay. Then if we see cadmium, it is also responsible for Itai disease. Okay. It is responsible for Itai, okay, which is basically about the softening of bones. The bones become soft. Okay. They become fragile. It is coming from industrial waste, tobacco smoke. Arsenic, it is causing skin lesions, cancer and cardiovascular disease. Okay. So then we get contaminated water, pesticides, etc. Then we see that chromium. Chromium can cause lung cancer, skin ulcer. It is also coming from industrial waste or leather tanning. Then we see nickel. Nickel is causing skin dermatitis or lung cancer coming from stainless steel or batteries. Then we have this aluminium. This can cause Alzheimer, which is suspected, not very much common, but suspected, and nervous system damage. So it is coming from cookware or food packaging. Now yes, there is this question, is the lead mixing with petrol going on in India? Officially it has been banned. Officially it has been banned. You know that the Oil India Limited, the Hindustan Petroleum or any such big companies, they cannot go for mixing of lead with petrol. Now of course there may be some retail vendors or others, those who are selling mix petrol or diesel, they can add. But on a large scale, lead is not being mixed with petrol. Okay. So lead mixing in petrol has been banned. You will find that at most of the petrol pumps it is written unleaded petrol, unleaded petrol. Okay. So lead free petrol is given now at petrol pumps. In the past, there was mixing of lead. हमारे शहर में भी e-rickshaw बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है. Yes, e-rickshaw has started to proliferate across most of the cities of India, from the capital to the tribal areas. Okay. Now, this e-vehicle, while it is reducing the carbon dioxide emission, it has also its cost. It is leading to the lead poisoning or mercury poisoning or various other challenges also. Okay. So batteries, you can see, batteries are also causing this nickel poisoning. It is also causing this lead poisoning, and other problems are also there. Okay. So this battery has also battery is also challenging thing for our environment. Okay. So this is one topic, like all the heavy metals and the type of problems which are created due to them. Okay. See, cadmium, mercury, lead, chromium, nickel, they are also part of e-waste. They are also part of e-waste, electronic waste. When we are talking about cadmium, mercury, lead, chromium, nickel, they are also part of e-waste. They are considered as heavy metals. They are considered as heavy metals, and they are part of the e-waste which is harmful for our body. Okay. So this is the third topic, the e-waste or the lead poisoning and its impact on the health. I hope this third part is clear. Now, coming to the next topic, that is future circular collider. Earlier we were having this one thing, Large Hadron Collider. Okay. We were having this one thing, Large Hadron Collider. Earlier we were having this one thing, Large Hadron Collider. Large Hadron Collider. So if we talk about this LHC, if we talk about this, it is a network of magnets that accelerate the particles through a 27-kilometer underground tunnel and slams them at a velocity approaching the speed of light. Okay. So this is what, it is a network of magnets. It is a network of magnet, and this network of magnet, it is there inside a 27-kilometer underground tunnel. There is a 27-kilometer underground tunnel. Particles are accelerated. Particles are accelerated using magnets, and particles achieve approximately speed of light. Means they are moving at a alarmingly fast velocity. They are moving at a very fast speed, approaching near to the speed of light. It doesn't mean they have crossed the speed of light or they have achieved the speed of light. They are trying to be near that. If light is suppose moving at 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, even if they achieve 3 into or 1 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, that will also be an enormous velocity. Okay. So they are moving at this speed, and then particles are colliding with each other. Particles collide with each other. So this is one experiment which is being done under this Large Hadron Collider. It is being done under this Large Hadron Collider. Okay. So there is high energy collision, and what is the objective? The objective is to understand the fundamental particles, the fundamental laws of the physics. Okay. This collider, it has resulted into this like discovery of Higgs boson particle. This has led to discovery of Higgs boson particle. Okay. That was its major achievement. In 2012, this led to the discovery of Higgs boson particle, the particle which is considered to be responsible for giving the mass to any object. So it is responsible for that Higgs boson particle. Okay. It is testing the standard model of physics. Okay. This is responsible for testing the standard model of physics. Sorry. Testing standard model of physics. Okay. So this is like all about standard model of physics, all about this Higgs boson particle. It is also trying to study dark matter. It is also trying to study this dark matter. So Large Hadron Collider is aimed at, it is there in France. Okay. So it is aimed at reading about all these things, about the Higgs boson particle, about these standard model of physics, about the dark matter and various other things with respect to our universe. Okay. But this is one thing. Now we are trying to move forward from here, and for this very purpose, now what we are seeing, that there is going to be creation of a future circular collider. You can see from this one part, this is the shape and size of Large Hadron Collider. If I can mark it here for you, this is the shape and size of Large Hadron Collider. This is LHC. And the circular collider which we are preparing for the future, it will be like this one. This future collider is going to be that much long. It is going to be a 91 kilometer loop. It is going to be a 91 kilometer loop, and in that we are going to perform the collision of particles for more advancement in the research with respect to Higgs boson, with respect to dark matter and each and everything. But now this has been just in a proposal phase. By 2028 there will be a decision on this. By 2028 there is going to be a decision on this, and if it is approved, then by 2045 we will be able to build this. So this is going to come into picture when you are going for your retirement. When you will be going for your retirement time, during that time, or means you are in the mid of your career, like suppose right now I assume that you are of 20 to 25 years of age. So video stuck. I hope that is running. I hope now it is running. I hope now it is working clearly. Okay. So see, if we look at this, this Large Hadron Collider, there is going to be a decision on this. There is going to be a decision on this by 2028. And if it is decided that we are going to build this, then by 2045, this can be made operational. And then suppose in 10 to 15 years, it will be giving the result. So by the time you are reaching your retirement phase, by the time like suppose you have joined in the service next year or next to next year, and then by the time 2045 comes, you may have already gone through 20 years of your service. Okay. So after 10 to 15 years, when you are almost there in your retirement age, during that time there may be some result from this. Okay, then you can tell your grandchildren that once upon a time we have discussed about this future collision collider way back in 2025. Okay, so that is one thing which we are planning, which the scientists are planning. If it is approved, then it is going to be built across the same area in this underground tunnel near the France and Switzerland border. Okay, so this new name you have to keep in mind, future circular collider. Okay, future circular collider. So this is the new name which you have to keep in mind. Okay, no, we are constructing this. We are constructing this. It is not a natural phenomena. We are constructing this tunnel. We have constructed the Large Hadron Collider. We are going to construct this, okay, but in the future. Okay. Now, so these were the 4 topics. Now coming to one of the question which was there, that is with respect to economy. That is with respect to economy. That what topics you have to study. See, the first thing is, there is this one part, bank, RBI. Okay, this is one part which you have to read. Second thing is other regulators. Other regulators like SEBI, PFRDA, IRDAI, Competition Commission of India, etc. Okay. Then third part is inflation and related things. Inflation and related things, like how money supply and everything changes. The inflation and related thing. Next part which you have to see is national income calculation. National income calculation. Okay. You have to also read about this one part, money and its form. Money and its form, like what is soft currency, what is hard currency, what is hot currency, etc, etc. Okay, so these things you have to read. Soft, hot, hard currency, what are they, how they different, how fiat currency is there. This is one part. Then you have to also read this one thing, like external trade and forex. Okay, so in this you have to read current account convertibility, capital account convertibility, forex reserve, SDR and everything. Okay, then the next part is global institution. Global institutions. So here what you have to read, like World Bank, okay, IMF, UNCTAD, etc. Okay, so this is one part. Then 8th part is current affairs. Here you have to focus on terminology, policy, any amendment in law, any recent deal of India, any recent major deal of India, and global institutions in news. So this is one thing which you have to read as part of economy. Okay. If you have completed that with the current affairs, around 70 to 80% of the questions will be coming from here. Okay. Yeah, I will be coming to Patna definitely on 7th. Okay. So this is one part what you have to read as part of economy. Please give your writing speed to me. Okay, I will cut my hand in half and give it to you. Okay. So these are the topics which you have to read. These are the topics which you have to study as part of this economy part. Any other question which you were having in the beginning? I think in the beginning also there was this one question with respect to anything. One about economy I have told you. Any other question? Writing font is not so great, but then yes, I have to write a little bit fast. I think now, by now, most of you understand my writing. Okay, so you can adjust. Okay, so next day we will be meeting about this AGI. Can you give me a little bit full form? AGI? In which context this topic AGI is there? Artificial General Intelligence. Okay, I think you are asking about Artificial General Intelligence, right? See, if we are talking about Artificial General Intelligence, it means that like a AI system can do virtually everything which a human can do. Okay, like suppose that we are able to perform a number of tasks which AI is not able to do. Okay. Like suppose that when we are talking to someone, sometimes we are being sarcastic too, and at the same time the person who is listening to the video or audio, they can understand from it. Now generally you see that AI system is understanding it mostly in the plain language. It is not understanding your tone, it is not understanding the way it has been said, the context in which it has been said. So sometimes when we are not even being openly sarcastic, the humans can understand, but AI systems cannot understand it. The way we respond to people, that is in different manner. Sometimes like when we are saying yes to also, there is a meaning that it is not yes. Like suppose if you ask me that let us say Canada is more powerful than US, and if I am saying yes, okay, then also you understand that in what manner I have said this. Okay, so this is something which AI cannot understand as of now. AI is programmed in the present time to understand only a few things. If AI starts to behave like human, if AI starts to perform all those tasks which humans can do intellectually, not physically, intellectually, then that will be called as an artificial general intelligence, that it has got the intelligence of a human being. Okay, so that is what we call as artificial general intelligence. When it is in definition term, if a AI system is able to perform all those intellectual tasks which a human can do, then it will be called as an artificial general intelligence. Means they have acquired the human capability. ई वेस्ट के अंदर कौन कौन सी चीजें इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं? ई वेस्ट विल इंक्लूड योर कैडमियम, क्रोमियम, देयर विल बी पार्ट ऑफ gold also, although it is not that harmful best, but arsenic can also be there, nickel can also be there, beryllium can be there. Okay, I will give you an entire list, but these are the main things. Of course, I was telling you that was done in a sarcastic manner. You have to understand it, that how Canada is more powerful than US. You have to understand that thing only. So don't be an AI system, be a human. If I am saying Canada is more powerful than US, then you have to understand in what way I am saying. So AI system will not be able to understand this part, but you have to understand this part. Mental map of topics. If we are talking about mental maps of topic, like for a specific topics, it can be done. You can start thinking about that topic. You can start giving some time to it. For example, suppose you are reading about any topic, let us say e-waste. So in your mind it should come that okay, there is one thing called as e-waste. First we have to assume that what are the different components of it. So we have here cadmium, chromium, beryllium, nickel, arsenic, mercury, etc. Then on the other side we see, okay, e-waste are coming from what sources? The discarded phones, tablets, smartwatches, mobile phones, PC and all. Okay. Then what are the possible impact? then you can relate that okay, there was a mercury, so mercury can lead to this Minamata disease. There is lead poisoning can impact the nervous system, it can cause anemia, it can cause other disorders. If there is cadmium, it can cause itai disease. Okay, if there is nickel can also cause poisoning, it can also be responsible for lung cancer and other problems. If aluminum is there, it can cause Alzheimer's disease. So this type of mind map you have to prepare, and if you start doing like this, then your ability to recall the topics is going to get enhanced on like thousands of times. But you have to do it for each and every topic individually. Try to segregate them in different columns. Like when I am talking to you, I am making different columns of them in my mind. So in same manner, you can make columns of any topic, like a virtual column that okay, in this column I have like visualized what are the different components of e-waste. Here I have seen what are the sources, and now I have matched the A column with the C column, that how these wastes are connected with the different type of disease. So this is one thing you will have to think about a particular topic, and then you have to develop it in a gradual manner. Okay, like suppose if RBI is there, yes, like suppose there is a topic RBI. So first RBI comes here. Now what are the possible ways in which question can be asked? Question can be asked about the law. So we will see there is a RBI like act. Okay, so what are the provisions under this act, how it has been established? Second part, who are the members of RBI, how they are appointed? Third part, how RBI is related to the banking sector, what it does for them. Fourth part, how RBI is related to the central government or state government, what it does for them. Okay, so we are making 4 columns for act. Second, composition. Third, its relation with central banks, its relation with banks of India. Fourth column, its relation with central bank and state bank. What are the tasks which are done by RBI for them? So now if you have arranged all those 4 columns and you have started to collect the information that okay, it was established in 1934, then there was Banking Regulation Act in 1949 which gave it power of regulation over all the banks. Then we see that there is a RBI governor, how he is appointed. Is there a role of Financial Sector Regulatory Appointment Committee? Then there is appointment by the government. Okay. Then we see that it is also having a Monetary Policy Committee. So there, how it is related there, what it does for the bank, it gives them loan. It is like regulating them also. It is the lender of the last resort for the bank. Okay. So these type of columns you have to prepare that in the mind. You don't have to memorize each and every date. Shaheen, you don't have to memorize each and every date. Just a few of them is sufficient. They are not asking you about dates. It is rare that they will ask you about the date. You are not able to understand graphics in economics quickly. Graph in economics quickly. Okay, I will try to explain some of the graphs in the upcoming classes. Yes, Himanshu, what AFSPA? Yes, Armed Forces Special Power Act. Now, we have seen that it is being applied in some of the states of India. We have seen it was withdrawn from various areas, but now it has again been extended. So under Armed Forces Special Power Act, there is some special privileges which are given to armed forces. They can arrest anyone without warrant. They can even kill someone on the ground of suspicion. If they think that there is a ground of suspicion, on that basis they can kill someone. Okay. At the same time, what we also say that they are like no cases can be started against the armed forces without the permission of executive, means the government. Okay. So these are being extended in different part of India. Okay. So okay, I am writing this for today. I will cover that AFSPA topic. Okay. And some graph also. These are basic information, but other factual information I will tell you in the next class. Okay. So I'm writing this for me right now. So I will explain that AFSPA. Okay. Okay. So thank you everyone. Let's meet again tomorrow at the same time, and then we will discuss the other topics. Thank you everyone. Take care and all the best. Okay. Thank you.